prolific burglars and car thieves. One of the team, PC Colin Mason, is on the lookout for a van. He's had information that a local drug dealer with a history of handling stolen goods is a passenger in the van.
We've got a recent influx of burglaries in the North Reddish area of Stockport, and we believe that the stolen property is going to a local address we know in South Reddish. And there's activity at the address at the moment where a white van is pulled up outside, loading goods from the property into the van, and hopefully we can attend there and do a routine stop in the vehicle.
On his way there, PC Mason gets word that the vehicle is already on the move. In fact, it's just ahead of him.
Andy for Teams, it's stopped towards Circle.
Yeah, I'm behind Andy now. Let's do a routine stop check in a second and see who's on board. Just whether it's going to, the vehicle's going to make off and we come to stop it or not, or whether it's just going to stop and who's in the vehicle.
PC Mason wants to avoid a dangerous chase, so he's waiting until the van pulls off to a quieter street to stop it.
Left onto Wharfdale Road, going to put on Wharfdale.
And he's calling in the stop so that backup can find him if there are any problems.
Coming to a stop now on Naisby Road.
The driver isn't the persistent offender police are looking for.
How's it going, all right?
Yeah. Not too bad.
Who's in the van?
Mine, mate.
Right, okay. We've got a number of stranded vans in the area in Stockport doing a number of thefts, so we've actually been stopping you.
All right.
So is there anything in the vehicle that shouldn't be in the vehicle?
No, that shouldn't be in the vehicle.
No? Right. But just open up at the back and have a quick look, mate. Is it your van, yeah? Yeah. Whew, what's all this? It's all yours, or?
Yeah, it's all
Who's the motorbike?
That's sons.
Sons. Who's the push bikes?
They're his sons as well.
There are 3 mountain bikes in the van. The driver says they belong to his passenger. So PC Mason decides to get more information from him.
You obviously can't ride 3 at a time, can you? Someone's wondering why you got 3 mountain bikes.
I'm not riding 3, no. I'm get them in my lad's bike.
Your lads' bikes?
As there are so many items to check, PC Mason calls for backup.
Can you meet me on Naisby Road, pal? I've got a number of bikes I need to check in this back of this van. The only thing that ever worries me is multiple items, you know what I mean? So, like, multiple bikes, multiple drills, makes me think something, you know what I mean, yeah? So that's what I'm trying to do, is verify that they're all fine, and we'll let you go, yeah? Is that right, yeah?
PC Mason is particularly interested in the motorbike in the van.
Is there a serial number on this? A frame number. It's usually on the stem, isn't it, on these bikes, but unless you know where it is.
Thank you.
I just need to find some sort of a frame number or something, pal, if we can.
PC Nathan Gullum arrives to help check the identities of the 3 bicycles.
I'm thinking at this moment of time that these 3 bikes are stolen. Just want to verify it now to see whether they're actually stolen or not. We can do checks about the frame numbers, etc. Just got a vehicle stopped on Naisby Road. Mind just doing a couple of push bike checks in the back of the vehicle, please? The first one is a black Silver Fox mountain bike, and the make is a Bad Attitude 2004. And the serial number, if you require, is...
Despite extensive checks, none of the bikes has been reported stolen. The men are free to go. A frustrating result for PC Mason.
I think today they had a lucky escape. Unfortunately, people don't record serial numbers. When people get stolen items like TVs, videos, etc., on the back of there is a serial number. Always take a serial number and log it down somewhere. The more information, the more chance we've got of catching these people red-handed with stolen goods.
200 miles north in Edinburgh, Lothian and Borders Police also have a problem with motorbike theft. Even though the number of vehicles stolen in Edinburgh has been cut by nearly 50% in the past 5 years, the city still has the highest rate of motorcycle theft in all of Scotland. It's 2 in the afternoon, and PC Dow and DC Carroll are back out on patrol in the Portobello area of the city when they see a suspicious-looking scooter parked outside an office block. They decide to take a look.
I've seen a small scooter parked up here on the left. We have a lot of these missing just now, so we'll just give it a wee check, because there's nothing to say the number plate on the back is right enough, so...
They immediately notice that something is wrong. The number plate on the scooter indicates that it's 8 years old, but it's much too new for that.
Hamish, can you do a vehicle check for us, please? I'll tell you, we should be able to get the engine number off it.
The engine number has been removed, a clear indication that the engine and probably the bike have been stolen. Meanwhile, PC Dow has located the owner of the scooter.
Have you got documents and everything for it, have you? Right. Can't see an engine number on it. I'm going to get a screwdriver and see the wee panel here, the chassis number's at the back of that. You know that? Did you know that?
Every vehicle in Britain is required by law to have a vehicle identification number stamped on it.
One in there?
Should be there.
But the scooter doesn't have one.
It's ground off, eh? I mean, the paint shouldn't rub off like that anyway. We're going to have to seize your bike. We think it's a stolen bike.
We have to seize it?
Yep. I can't just let you drive away in it because it's not the right bike. The numbers have been taken off it.
It appears that the bike is what police call a clone. A new bike which has been stolen, all its identification marks removed, and fitted with number plates from a different scooter. Criminals then sell these bikes on to innocent purchasers.
It's an 8-year-old bike near now, a 7-year-old bike. It's done 2,000 miles. Look at the nick it, it's a pretty good nick.
Where does that leave me? It's obviously I've paid for this.
Well, you've lost money.
But obviously I've paid for a bike, eh?
You have. But we'll then have to make further inquiry as to who you bought it from. I think it's one of these things that when you get a good deal, you want to believe it's a good deal.
Investigations may reveal the bike's original owner.
Sometimes a lot of our work is intelligence-led, but if we can just aimlessly drive around the streets, then it's surprising what you do turn up. We're probably lucky here because we were stopped at the traffic lights and have seen it, but a wee aimless gamble about the streets and that's what you find.
Back in Stockport, PC Mason and other members of the neighbourhood task force have gleaned more information on the passenger in the stolen van they stopped the day before. He's well known to the officers and has a history of drug dealing and handling stolen goods. Today, the team are preparing to raid his house. PC Pete Lamb is in charge of the operation.
Okay, information has been received that the target is currently handling with stolen goods. The intention today is to execute the warrant at the address using force to gain entry, secure the address and the occupants with a view of identifying the target, preserve and secure evidence and arrest any possible offenders.
Along with stolen goods, the team will look for drugs in the house. As with any raid, the key is a swift entry and making sure the risks to the officers are kept to a minimum.
Depends, you see, on the level of threat to ourselves. Because it's involved in drugs and could be possibility of hiding the drugs or flushing them down the drain, we need to get in there as quick as possible. So secure all the people inside, secure all the evidence.
Police! Come upstairs! Yeah?
There are several young people in the house, and in the backyard, officers have detained 2 men. One of them is well known to police.
You got anything on you shouldn't have?
No, I haven't.
All right, Joe. Finish your fuck.
With everyone accounted for, the team begins the search of the house. A sniffer dog has been brought in to assist.
We're looking for drugs and stolen goods items. I mean, in these bedrooms here, just on a cursory glance, there's a large plasma TV, electrical items, there's a computer. We'll check all the serial numbers and go from there. So let's just make sure they are legitimate first.
As well as searching the house, officers are also checking items in the backyard, which is full of motorbikes, bicycles, and assorted spare parts. Despite the extensive search, everything on the property appears to be legitimate.
At this stage, all the items in the premises have got receipts, and there appears to be no stolen items in the address.
But the team have had some success.
One of the males has been found to be wanted by Cheshire Police, which has been arrested and taken to the police station. Even though there's no stolen goods in the property, he's got one of the offender off the streets and he'll be put in front of the courts tomorrow morning. So in the end, it's a good result.
Still to come, a motorbike thief in Stockport.
Put your hands behind your back and do as you're told.
Teenagers get a ticking off in Tameside.
You're a clown, and you're a bigger clown for getting on the back of it.
And this man makes a swift exit from police.
Hold on to the bike. You got him?